AAP sources now speaking out about these raids. They're directly putting the onus on former Lieutenant Governor Anil Baijal, saying that this excise policy was brought in, yes. It was approved, however, by the Lieutenant Governor there, by Anil Baijal. Without his approval, notification cannot be issued, is the contention of the Aam Aadmi Party. They're essentially passing the buck, knowing full well that there are serious loopholes, serious irregularities in the excise policy. They've chosen to react by saying that the Lieutenant Governor approved this, notification can't be issued without his nod. And instead, they've given a detailed defense. They're saying it wasn't one minister's order, but a government's cabinet policy decision. These kind of waivers that were given to liquor traders wasn't just for liquor traders, but for all traders during COVID. The excise policy was drafted by a department, not an individual. It was approved by the cabinet. It was approved by the then Lieutenant Governor, and the notification was issued based on that. And so the Aam Aadmi Party, Amit, is saying that if the CBI is investigating someone, they should be investigating former Lieutenant Governor Anil Baijal.
Well, Akshita, that is an expected response from the Aam Aadmi Party in defense of Manish Sisodia and against the CBI raids that are happening right now at Manish Sisodia's residence as well as at other locations associated with the individuals who were part of the excise department. Now, for a matter of fact, we know that Delhi Excise Minister Manish Sisodia had in fact held a press conference showing letters and documents and had alleged back then that a former LG Anil Baijal was very much in know-how of the entire excise policy and he was the one who had cleared the file. So if there were any irregularities, why did Anil Baijal didn't flag it? Number one. And if there were irregularities, he could have actually said no to the entire policy, because we have seen a lot of times there have been several confrontations between the LG's office and the Aam Aadmi Party government, and several of the policies in the national capital, including that of the CCTV installation in the national capital, were actually halted because the LG had not given his green signal to it. So this has been, Aam Aadmi Party's central defense so far, and the allegations that were labelled by Mr. Sisodia against Mr. Baijal were actually quite serious in the nature. He had said, Mr. Sisodia had alleged back then that, tweaks in the liquor policy were actually made in the last 72 to 48 hours of implementation of the new liquor policy, which actually led to huge losses to the exchequer, and because of which the liquor vents were not able to open in the non-conforming areas.
Ramvilas Goel of the Aam Aadmi Party is joining us on this broadcast. Mr. Goel, the fact that the Aam Aadmi Party is saying that the former Lieutenant Governor Anil Baijal is to blame is essentially AAP conceding that there were problems, irregularities in the excise policy.
Just listen to me, please.
Sure.
In this matter, I have to say only one thing, because I am the speaker, there is some protocol with me.
Okay.
Central government is taking revenge only. Not only Manish Sisodia, even Sundar Jain, whatever they are doing, liquor policy has no matter. They are only afraid of the Aam Aadmi Party. Education system, improvement in the education system by Manish Sisodia. All schools are rising day by day. In this matter, liquor policy, when the liquor policy was approved by the previous LG, twice file was sent to him. Then what is the problem? This is the only a conspiracy against the Aam Aadmi Party. That only I have to say. Manish Sisodia has replied very boldly. I have just seen. Okay. He has said to them, I was waiting for you, please come in, welcome to you.
Mr. Goel, you made multiple points. The first point that you made about Satyendra Jain, the reality, sir, is that while AAP has completely backed Satyendra Jain, he hasn't received any relief from the court, sir. So there is evidence against him.
Reality will come, no, no. Court has comments on the Satyendra Jain. When the ED came with the FIR.
He remains in custody, sir.
No doubt at all. Custody में तो कुछ भी रख सकते हैं. Custody में किसको नहीं रखा गया?
Let's focus on Manish Sisodia right now.
महात्मा गांधी को नहीं रखा गया.
Ek second, Goyalji, let's focus on this particular case, on Manish Sisodia. As far as the liquor policy is concerned, sir.
Just listen to me. In the emergency,
Okay, go ahead.
Just listen to me, please. Bear with me. आपने कहा कस्टडी में रखा हुआ है. कस्टडी में 18 महीने मेरे फादर भी रहे, नरेंद्र मोदी भी रहा, when the इंदिरा गांधी was the प्राइम मिनिस्टर. अब वो रख रहे हैं, क्या फर्क पड़ गया इसमें? नो डिफरेंस एट ऑल.
Mr. Goel, focus.
कस्टडी में रखना इसका मतलब ये नहीं हो गया अपराधी हो गया.
Sir, in court he hasn't been granted bail for a reason, sir.
Just tell to me, I am asking to you. ईडी का आज तक का परसेंटेज 0.5% है. 0.5%.
ठीक है, Goel ji, let's focus on this case as far as Manish Sisodia and the excise policy is concerned.
I am focusing only on this case.
Sure, sir. My question to you, sir, about this particular case is why is the Aam Aadmi Party putting the blame on Anil Baijal if there's nothing wrong with the excise policy? If there's no graft or no irregularities?
Why the Anil Baijal cleared the policy at that time? There was some deficiency in the policy. Once he sent the file back to the ministry with some objections, then the file came to the LG, Anil Baijal. He approved the file.
So is the Aam Aadmi Party then saying that yes, there were irregularities?
When the LG approved the file, then what is the matter?
Mr. Goel, is the Aam Aadmi Party then conceding that yes, there are irregularities, and that's why you're saying that the former LG should be pulled up?
I'm saying to you, ये simply आप समझिए बदले की कार्रवाई है. आपको भी मालूम है कि एजुकेशन सिस्टम में बहुत कुछ किया गया है, बहुत कुछ इम्प्रूवमेंट हुआ. मुझे एक चीज बता दीजिए, हमारी नई पॉलिसी से दिल्ली में क्या नुकसान हुआ है? जो लंबी लंबी लाइनें लग रही थी, शराब की दुकानों पर जेल बनी हुई थी.
सर, एलिगेशन ये है कि there was loss to the public exchequer that affects everyone, sir.
चलिए ठीक है, that's all. Let the inquiry go on. दूध का दूध, पानी का पानी हो जाएगा. Nothing to be worried.
Or if there's irregularities in the excise policy, then the leader in charge of the excise department will be searched.
मैंने एक ही बात बोला आपको, बहुत क्लियरली मैंने बोला, जेल में जाना कोई अपराधी नहीं.
Okay.
जेल में किसी को भी डाला जा सकता है. इमरजेंसी में
ठीक है.
बीजेपी के सब लोग बंद थे.
सर, वो
अपराधी थे?
वो इमरजेंसी के टाइम पे था. अभी ये करप्शन एलिगेशन है, ठीक है. But I understand what you're trying to say. Mr. Ramnivas, thank you for joining us.